community leaders are teaming up to raise awareness about an important but rarely talked about issue in the Twin Cities, homelessness. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the mayors of Terrytown, Gering, and Scottsbluff yesterday signed a joint proclamation naming November 13th through the 21st as National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. The signing kicked off a meeting of the Panhandle Coalition for Housing and Homelessness, in which local agency providers met to discuss the needs in the Panhandle. Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman noted homelessness is more than just a phenomenon limited to large communities like Denver or New York City.
But we have these families and we have these needs right here in our own county. And so, really want to say thank you to our organizations right here at home that take the time to make this awareness because we all need to be more aware.
Coalition members noted last year, Community Action Partnerships served 48 individuals with more than 1,800 bed nights, and Doves served 149 clients with 324 bed nights, just a couple of many organizations working on the issue. Community focus groups on the topic are slated for January next year. Well, it was a record-setting year for the Save a Rack Bra auction to benefit the Festival of Hope. On Thursday, Rural Radio's promotion director Kendra Feather was able to present a check totaling more than $75,000 that will be used to help local families with their non-medical related expenses as they battle cancer. Feather says this year, a lot more money was raised, thanks in part to more fundraising avenues.
The rifle raffle that we had, some other things that are, Tito's gave $3,000 we weren't expecting this year. So there's people that have heard about it and want to get involved in other ways. I've reached out myself to some local businesses. I know that's on the business end of it, but they have vendors that support this kind of thing and didn't know what was going on and would be happy to be part of it too, to raise money all through the month of October.
Since its inception 9 years ago, more than $400,000 has been raised through the bra auction to benefit the Festival of Hope. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, you don't have to be like a tortoise and carry your home on your back. They have mortgage experts that can help you finance the home that's perfect for you. Whether you're a first-time home buyer looking for your next home or simply want to refinance the home you're in, the experienced lenders at Platte Valley Bank are there to help. Contact them at pvbank.com or call and visit with one of the mortgage experts to take advantage of great rates at Platte Valley Bank.
If you're like me, you're willing to travel for a good steak and a great dining experience. Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in downtown Bayard has just that. Some of the Panhandle's tastiest flat iron steaks, ribeyes, and even prime rib. Pair that with a Western dining experience in our quiet dining room or fun-filled main dining area, you and your family are sure to have a great night out on the town. So if you're looking for a great new restaurant to try, you just gotta head on over to Bobby Joe's Branding Iron in Bayard, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner. Back. Unified Command confirming 244 more cases of COVID in the Panhandle over the past week. During Unified Command's weekly briefing, health officials say that 107 of those cases are solely in Scottsbluff County. There are also currently 28 active COVID hospitalizations and 9 COVID-related deaths pending verification. Through Thursday afternoon, roughly 43% of Scottsbluff County residents were fully vaccinated, and approximately 35% of the remaining Panhandle was fully vaccinated. Well, United Way of Western Nebraska, perhaps the best-known nonprofit organization in the Panhandle, is on the hunt for a new top administrator. According to a posting yesterday on the organization's Facebook page, United Way is looking for a new executive director. Steph Black confirmed to KNB News that she is retiring from the post, but plans on remaining with the organization until the end of April. Resumes with cover letters can be sent to the United Way of Western Nebraska office on Broadway in downtown Scottsbluff. Review of applications will begin December 1st, with the job to remain open until filled. And a Nebraska Attorney General's Office investigation has identified 258 victims who made credible allegations of sexual abuse against 57 Catholic Church officials in the state going back decades. In many cases, high-ranking church leaders knew about the abuse, but did not report it to the authorities. Attorney General Doug Peterson said at a news conference yesterday that prosecutors cannot bring charges against any current or former church official because of the statutes of limitations expired in the vast majority of those cases. He says one case where charges would be possible, the accuser declined to participate in a prosecution. The report outlines each known case going back to the 1930s. More than 90% of those victims were boys. Well, still to come, your weekend weather forecast and Husker chat with Sean Callahan. KNEB.TV will be back right after this.
What a year 2020 was. Now's the time to get out and travel this summer to see family and friends you were not able to see this last year. Spend more time enjoying your trip by flying United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with daily flights to and from Denver. Reserve your flight today and remember United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. And don't forget, Thrifty Car Rental is here for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and hitch a ride with your BFF, Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Very, very nice weekend coming our way. Clear skies to start the evening. We'll have some clouds arrive towards morning. That's about it. Temps fall down into the 30s. It is going to be an amazing weekend coming as mild temps continue. Now, it is going to turn colder by Monday. Lots of questions next week on the eventual evolution of a storm system, but we do know it's going to be cooler. 69 yesterday for a high after a morning low of 29. Notice that record high set last year, 80 degrees back in 2020. As we look across the region, it is going to be pretty dry out there again. Nothing doing yesterday. We're just about normal for November and still well below normal for the year, which is prompting us to continue to watch the drought monitor here across the region. You could see as we get here in the central part of the Panhandle, that is where the most extreme drought conditions are. This is an improvement, though. Over the last few weeks, we've had that area of extreme drought dissipate some areas of severe drought dissipate as well, but still all of the region here under drought conditions. 60s across most of the Panhandle and all of central Nebraska. Eastern Nebraska down into the 50s. Up in the high country around Laramie, it's in the 50s as well. We have 60s all across our region. Only exception, Lusk at 59. Everybody else mainly in the low to mid 60s. Winds are a little gusty right now out of the west-northwest at 5 to 15. We do have some gusts 15 to 25 out there across the region, but nothing too crazy in the wind department. As we look at Futurecast tonight, going to see clear skies through the evening hours. Then as we get overnight into early tomorrow morning, we'll have a few clouds. That's about it. Low temperatures overnight, 30s for the most part, for most everybody. Now tomorrow we're going to have sunshine and clouds mixed at times, but mostly it's going to be a fairly sunny day, and we're going to be dealing with lots and lots of nice temperatures out there. Later on in the day, you'll see some high-level clouds in the overnight hours tomorrow night. That's about it. Otherwise, it is going to soar temperatures well into the 70s tomorrow. Look at Valentine, 77 out there. Beautiful weather conditions here across the area. Mostly clear tonight, lows down around 33, so a comfortable night. Tomorrow, we'll have a few clouds, but otherwise just a beautiful day. Quite mild temperatures in the mid-70s. We'll stay in the mid-70s on Sunday. Don't forget daylight saving time comes to an end this weekend. Then we fall back into the 50s starting Monday. And again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, lots up in the air. It looks windy to breezy at times. Temps in the 40s and 50s. Could see some shower activity. Some models hinting at very little, some hinting at more. We'll keep a close eye on it through the weekend and be able to update you better. But just know that things are going to change as we get middle to late next week.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Fox Butte General Hospital's mission is to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. This is important to us so our community knows the importance that we place on the efforts to keep our community and our surrounding areas well. We appreciate being here. The staff that we have at Fox Butte General Hospital is grateful to serve the community of Alliance, Nebraska.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
I'm Jason Jorgensen. It is once again time for Husker Chat. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment. We once again are joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Sean, here we are again. Another tough loss for the Huskers and Scott Frost. Another one-score game against an opponent that Nebraska was favored against. Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, Jason, are we doing the same one as last week or the week before?
I don't know.
I mean, that's what it feels like. Unfortunately, here we are. Nebraska's 3-6. They've been favored in 6 of their 9 games, and they've got a record on the other end. I mean, I'm not saying Nebraska should be 6-3, but they shouldn't be 3-6, and that continues to be the unfortunate thing. Nothing has been predictable about this season. The games that you hope would be predictable Saturdays are like, hey, Nebraska's got the talent advantage. They're favored to beat Purdue. They're favored to beat Minnesota. They're better than Illinois. Let's go out and have a nice execution game, win, feel good about where it's going. Those types of Saturdays have not happened.
What's the biggest surprise from your angle on how this thing has developed this fall and where Nebraska has struggled so mightily?
I think you got to go to offense. I mean, when Scott Frost came here, it was about his offense, not about defense. And, this offense really hasn't been able to develop any kind of consistency. There are wow moments, obviously big play moments, but just the play to play consistency has not been there in order to win in this league. And, that teams have kind of played that against Nebraska. Like Purdue, they were perfectly fine with 3 to 5 yard runs and passes the entire game. And they wore down Nebraska's defense in the process, and it put Nebraska kind of in this hurry up mode, and it led to a lot of turnovers.
A lot of talk this week, folks, upset about the game that Adrian Martinez had with 4 interceptions and wondering why, someone else wasn't put in there. But Scott Frost is pretty much stuck with Martinez this year, and it probably speaks to the development that if they had someone who they thought was better, they'd be playing.
Yeah, Heinrich Harburg and Logan Smothers and Matt Masker are your other quarterbacks, and there's a sizable gap there. I mean, look, Adrian's played with a broken jaw. He's played with a bad ankle. He played through 4 picks. If you're not going to get on the field in those situations it's pretty telling kind of where that room is at. And I know it's frustrating. The game itself was kind of an anomaly for Martinez. I mean, he only had 3 picks on the year and he threw 4 Saturday. It just, I'm not saying he's played great all season, but we haven't seen something like that from Martinez in a long, long time. I mean, a year ago, he went from the Northwestern game, which is game 2, all the way until the Rutgers game before he threw a pick again. So he did a much better job even last year not throwing interceptions. So there's something about that game, the way it unfolded. I think he put more pressure on himself. It led to him forcing a couple things and led to turnovers.
Today on Husker Chat, we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Husker Chat is brought to you by Acres Equipment. What's your read on the team? Coach Frost talked about it a little bit in his press conference, whereas, you've been so close, and you're not able to break through. And even though you can say all the right things, after a while, that has to wear on a team and on a program.
Yeah, talk is talk for only so long, and you have to eventually have results to go with the talk. And unfortunately, Nebraska's in this same spot where, when I think as a fan, if you hear, oh, we had the captains address the team or we're close, when you're not winning games, I don't think any of that stuff moves the needle for fans. They wanted to see wins. And that's the unfortunate thing. And now they play arguably one of their toughest stretches on the schedule with Ohio State, Wisconsin, Iowa. And that's how they close things out. And everybody knew that going into the year, Jason. That's why the Minnesota, the Illinois, the Purdue, even the Michigan State game, those were such important games to get this team to 6 wins. And I think most logical fans are like, this is a team that can maybe win 6 or 7 this year, but they're going to have to do it on the front end because they sure as heck are going to have a hard time doing it on the back end.
How about this matchup with the Buckeyes after that early stumble they had at home against Oregon? Every week they appear to be better and better. And boy, what a task and what a challenge that awaits the Huskers with an offense that comes in here averaging close to 50 points per game.
Yeah, you look at talent, they have probably one of the 3 or 4 most talented rosters in college football. They've got C.J. Stroud, a 5-star. They've got 2 first-round draft picks at receiver, and Olave and Wilson. Henderson's second leading rusher in the Big Ten. I mean, they're putting up 50 to 65 points a game on their Big Ten opponents a lot of weeks. Penn State played them tough, though. I'll give Penn State a lot of credit. They made that a real physical 4-quarter game. I think if you're Nebraska, you hope that Ohio State got beat up a little bit last week playing a game like that. Now they have to travel. They got to get up early and play. Spread's 15.5. I think that caught people by surprise too. But remember, this has been a Nebraska team all year that has played up to their level of opponent. I use Oklahoma as an example. That spread was 22.5, and Nebraska lost by 7. And really had a good game plan on how to make that a game and have honestly a chance to win it. They had the ball to tie the game on the final possession here in regulation.
Historically, this has not been a good matchup for Nebraska against Ohio State. When you start taking a look at these 2 rosters and the matchups, how does Nebraska keep it close? How do they duplicate what they did against Oklahoma?
Yeah, there's really only been 2 close matchups in the history of the Big Ten for Nebraska versus Ohio State. The very first year when Luke Fickell was the coach, they beat him. And then in 2018, Scott Frost's first year, that game went into the 4th quarter. The way you beat them, I think, Jason, number one is they've got to have more ball control. They've got to have a running game. You need at least 200 rushing yards, period. And then on defense, you got to tackle. You got to get up on the line of scrimmage, and you got to keep C.J. Stroud in the pocket. And obviously those receivers are still good enough that they're going to win their fair share of 50-50 balls.
All right, we'll see how it goes on Saturday morning in Lincoln. Sean, as always, we appreciate the time.
Thanks, Jason.
You bet. That was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, joining us for Husker Chat. We're here every week, and it's brought to you by Acres Equipment. I'm Jason Jorgensen.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, as we start to enter the holiday season, One Panhandle Bank is once again ramping up efforts to help those in need. First State Bank unveiled their Tree of Names Thursday morning as part of their 40th year of the Gift of Love program. The tree has hundreds of names of local children whose families may not be able to buy them many Christmas gifts. Director of Marketing Becca Pierce says if you're interested in participating, all you have to do is go to the First State Bank branch on Broadway.
So we invite everybody to stop in, choose a child or 2 or 3, go buy that child a new gift and bring it back by December 8th. We will then send those to the Knights of Columbus, and the Knights of Columbus will get them wrapped and put back in their family units, and the gifts and holiday meal basket as well as a week's worth of non-perishable food items will be delivered Sunday before Christmas.
Pierce adds there's a lot of programs through the Gift of Love where you can help out this holiday season as well, including the Truck of Love, Coats for Kids, and canned food collection. You can find out more about the Gift of Love program on First State Bank's website. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you back here on Monday.